Most agency owners believe that the more work you put in, the more your clients care, the more money you make. False. If you have to work with clients like that, they're the wrong clients. They're the $500 clients. And over the last 7 years, I built a $28 million agency by the age of 28. Weird how that worked out. But here's how I would do it again if I was an agency owner today, starting from completely scratch. From front-end offers, structure, pricing, offer stacks, your front end, your back end, how I would actually decipher how to send people faster. And I've personally coached hundreds of agencies that were doing 6 figures, 7 figures, some even 8 like myself, who needed a jump in conversion, who needed to know more about Ascension and more product offerings and, just like a product ladder, more customer journey offerings. And the ones that grind harder usually have the most complex systems. Complex systems do not grow an agency. Just because you have more clients doesn't mean they're going to be more complex. You have to make it more simple. Because if you can't sell more clients and make it simple, then you can't sell their people to come and work for you and be a part of the mission as you grow and scale your company. And in this video, I'm going to break it down step by step. I also took some notes here as well, just shorthand how I would redo this if I started 7 years ago like I did. So here's a quick overview of my $28 million agency redone. Okay. First piece is the front end offers. We'll get into systems and structures and offerings, all that jazz in a second. But if I were to do front-end offers, I would do 3 things and 3 things only. Low ticket, $27 products. I made a video about that recently. You can go check that out. Challenges, okay? Once a month or twice a month, give or take, where I can sell one-to-many and I can scoop up a ton of money in one day that I don't need to pay sales commissions on. Third thing, weekly webinars. Okay, that's 4 times a month. I would do that once a week and nurture those buyers. Nurture them. They might buy low ticket. They might have booked a call but not bought. I want to use those weekly webinars with 1 hour a week of my time, not 40, and be able to nurture them and close all at once. The cool part is that those 4 webinars weekly, if people don't buy, then they come to the challenge. That's this big grand event once a month where I scoop them all up and I close the doors. Okay. And those are the 3 front end offers that I would run if I wanted to keep my revenue per employee massively high. Second piece of this is your high ticket offerings. Okay. And there's one that I'll add as a bonus. First off, it's going to be done for you. I would do 1 niche, 1 offer. Right now, we don't do that because we're so big that we accommodate so many different niches and verticals. So for us right now, that 1 niche would be coaches and consultants. That would probably be the 1 niche that we just take over. Okay. And that's going to start to be a thing over time because the webinar offer we have is taking that over on its own. So we're kind of revolving and switching as we speak. Second is 1 offer. I don't want to give the avatar 3 different options. I want to diagnose and sell 1. And if they don't commit to that one, then you downsell. So 1 offer to the 1 niche. Then you have Ascension, which is where we get into percentages. And this is where I wanted to build like a portfolio thing on the side. Now that I'm busier, right, because our company's larger, I got to make more content, do all these brand things. Portfolio company took longer to build. I got 2 companies on my portfolio. One of my friends, Tanner Chitster, was preaching that down my neck last time I talked to him. I was like, dude, all right, I'm going to go rock and roll and do it. And I got 2. This is where you bring people results on DFY and then they trust you and you get a piece of the pie, which will be called equity. Okay. So that's where I'm playing the game of, hey, listen, you don't want to pay $5K a month. Okay. Pay 0, but give me 7.5%. 10% of the business, 15%, whatever that upside looks like for me so that we win together and you've already built the trust. Okay. The last part is going to be done with you. Done with you, I was able to position through less time, 2 hours a week, right? And the fun part about this is that low ticket, 0 hours. Challenges, 3 hours a month. It's about 1 hour a week. Weekly webinars, 1 hour a week. That's 2 hours a week so far. 2 hours a week. The DFY will be more systemized. Okay. So probably 3 to 5 hours per week per client, 1 hour a day per client. Ascension is just a branch off of the DFY for better quality people. And then done with you was 2 hours a week. So your product offerings should not be taking more than 10 hours a day if you really want to break down your hourly, revenue, right? And that's where you start bringing in team members to systemize things. The done with you is where I take that 1 product, 1 niche, and I made a done with you portion for about 2K. And I did that for 16 weeks to build rapport with them because if they wanted to get small wins, then they can go from done with you to DFY and they can just go back up in the ladder. And then if they do well, they can come down to the ascension of percentage or re-signing. Like, this is literally the easiest way to look at growing an agency. The problem is that people overcomplicate it. Should I offer X? Should I offer SEO? Should I do organic? Blah, blah, blah. You attach those things once your systems and processes are built for the simplicity to be able to scale. You should not be doing all this other jargon that people pit, like cold outreach and doing all this LinkedIn crap and cold email. Like, nah, okay? These 3 offers with running paid ads, you'll thank me later if you have a good offer for one niche, one offer. You can sell them on all these. I do it myself. I sell to coaches, consultants, and service pros. I sell a $15K webinar offer on a webinar and on a challenge and through book calls and through low ticket. It is systemized and universal across the board. So stop selling your time, start selling systems. You need proven funnels that work for you, like those 3 that I talked about, but also work for your clients around the clock while you sleep. You want to know that the law of diminishing returns does not happen as frequently if you know that everyone's got the same landing page that converts at the same percentage. Now everyone's the same exact of happiness. Maybe a couple of bottlenecks here and there, or satisfaction, or delays, whatever these clients complain about now. But that will help ease the pain. And there's a big difference between custom work and proven systems. Custom work is an upcharge. Proven systems are scalable and streamlined like a conveyor belt. When you want to do custom work, the bill's going to be higher because it pulls you away like a rubber band from all the proven things that you built systematically. And that's why I say why webinar funnels, when you have one offer, one niche, can do well for an agency owner. If you're willing to put the money into it and you're willing to, obviously care about it, then it'll work. And book call funnels are just the follow-ups, the layup closes, the referrals, the affiliates, whatever it looks like, right? And you're getting those from paid traffic as well, or you're pre-setting them through DMs or through a setter. Webinar funnels and book calls are the foundation of a fast-growing agency, especially if you want to hit 8 figures like myself. Second thing is build your sales machine first, then do content after. A lot of you assume that you need millions of followers or thousands of followers to run an agency. No, you don't. You need to have a sales machine that attracts the right avatar with a good offer, good copy, good results-driven promise, good testimonials. They don't care about who you are as much anymore because there's so many freaking options out there that the competition has risen. So now it's an offer game, not a follower game or a popularity game. And right now we have 8 closers. I'm spending about $18,000 a day, anywhere between 15 and 20K a day on ads. I know what it takes to build an agency to over $1 million a month. And I'm telling you this right now, if you do not have paid traffic running, acquiring leads, quality, if I might add, and having multiple different product offerings, you are going to be stuck. Not everyone fits into the one box that you want to put them in. There will be occurrences that are pretty frequent where you have to give people the done with you, the done for you, the portfolio, or they go into low ticket and they stay there for a while. This is called attrition. It's going to take time to take clients from low ticket to high ticket, but they are now going to trust you because you've been more patient and your stuff is more valuable than the next competitor. And if you want to book, let's say 10 plus calls per day, if I'm sitting here and I'm like, hey, I want to get 10 calls a day. Okay, you're going to pay about $100 a call, $100 plus a call. So your ad spend needs to be at 1K plus a day. And you're going to take those sales calls in the beginning of your agency because you're the owner, you're the founder. You got to prove that concept. So now you have to start hiring while you're proving the sales machine. Hiring and sales are very correlated, just like marketing and sales. If you don't have a hiring funnel the same way you have a funnel like this, you're going to struggle to find A players. So while you're collecting money, you can then pay for your A players. You need to move the money over. You need to invest it, because if you're just making money and you're not investing it, it's going to collapse. Refunds, chargebacks, no one's re-signing. People leaving bad reviews about you. This is what's going to happen if there's no A players in place to take care of the money and preserve the income. Preserve the revenue. It's going to cause issues. And here's the biggest thing about organic. It supports your paid traffic. It doesn't compensate for it. Organic does not get the same amount of traffic paid ads does. Zero chance. I can spend 100 grand on ads and I can turn it into 400 grand. If I take 100 grand and put into content, what is that going to get me? It's a vanity metric, okay? So there's some supplements of paid ads that I wrote down so you understand. First is organic. Organic builds trust. It does stories. It helps you supplement what you're pitching on ads to give people the trust factor and authority factor. Second thing is reviews. They're going to go online and look, is this person credible? Okay, put reviews in your ads. Put reviews on your landing page. Put reviews on your story highlights. Put reviews on your story. Those things are important. Third is systems. If they see your systems are faulty, they're likely not going to buy from you. So your emails and SMS better be dialed in. The way that you tag and untag and pipeline manage these people they are looking for. They're business owners. If they see that your text has an error in it, let's say you send out text to your leads and there's a grammatical error or a spelling error, they're not buying from you because that they think that they're gonna get the same shit that you put for yourself. Okay, your team, who they speak to on the phone, the setter, your GMN, your onboarding specialist, those people preface the company's core values and ethics. If they are not A players, now your clients are going to lose trust and they don't trust you, so they're going to want a refund. Last is SEO. When they go on Google and search your name, what's your Google My Business profile look like? Do you have some articles about yourself? Invest in those things, but don't take it away from paid traffic. All of these are supplements of paid ads. They help amplify the results. This brings me to point 3. I want you to hire specialists, not generalists. Generalists are the jack of all trades. They're order takers. They don't think outside the box. Specialists are able to navigate and pivot and have situational awareness to be good at fulfillment. I want you to do less work. I want you to be a revenue-driven founder or an owner, which is out there promoting, doing more video ads, making the product better, building team culture. All these things that the founder should be doing inside of any agency and any business for that matter. Now, for hiring, we do about 50 interviews to hire one A-plus person. Yes, that is right. 50 plus interviews because half of them are clowns, the other half are clowns, and then we have another 10 people who are decent, and then one person's the A player, and they're going to want more moolah. Okay. Now, where do we go for those hires? LinkedIn, Indeed, Upwork. We spend about $500 a day right now on these hiring sources to find A players, get more Loom application videos, and start building this hiring pipeline. The same way you run ads at $500 a day, you better be putting at least $100 a day into your hiring fund. You got to care about having this revolving door of A plus talent coming through, because you never know when someone's going to have a baby, someone's going to quit, someone's going to go another direction, whatever that looks like. You got to be prepared for that as the founder, because fulfillment and you not having a hiring funnel go very hand in hand. And there is a ramp up period for new hires to where, let's say if someone quits and you got no hires, now you're going to have to go hire fast. Likelihood would be firing fast. And now you got clients who work with this one person and you got to ramp them up for 14 days to learn the systems. Who's going to take on these clients? But if you had a hiring funnel to where you just had an extra person on deck, you could just swap them. And now you don't have to have that much fulfillment headaches. And this brings me to the pod theory. Okay, there are different layers to how we run a pod. A pod can take 25 to 35 clients, and it consists of a growth marketing manager, our media buyer, our developer slash GHL person, and then we have copy and graphics. And this is how the pod correlates. This GMM has these accounts. This media buyer knows only these accounts. This developer and GHL person only does these accounts. And copy and graphics only does that. So that these 25 to 35 have optimal results and fulfillment and processes. This copy and graphics person isn't working with another pod, and this developer's not working another pod. It's all over the freaking place. We can't overflow people's plate. You know how they say when you're biting off more than you can chew? That causes people to quit. You were told that because you're like, hustle, grind. It causes issues. These people who work for you are not entrepreneurs. They don't have the same gut feeling, gut instincts you do, right? If you're the founder, you would step in all day and take over 50 of these, not even 25. But they're not like you. That's why they don't run a business. You have to be very favorable to the systems that you've put in place. And this brings me to the final point here. Scale with proven systems, not custom solutions. As you start to grow and you make more money, you tend to get more money hungry. I get it. And you start taking on all these other projects. Someone from another niche saw you do something with a client, and that client told you to contact them, and they want to buy from you, but they're not the same niche, and you might not get them results. Sometimes the most powerful word is no. And if you're going to do custom work, you say no, and you charge way more because it's justified. I can take on custom work because I've been a marketer for 7 years. I'm very well respected in this industry. A lot of big A-list entrepreneurs come to me for consultations and media buying and strategy and slide decks and all these things because I've walked the talk. I've spent millions on ads. But if you're an agency owner getting off the ground, you don't have the 7 years of experience like me. You can't just go to A-list entrepreneurs and sell custom solutions all day. That's part of our portfolio side that we do. That's my private client side. And for you to get your clients the most results, don't focus on 5 different funnels. Focus on getting people more booked appointments, webinars, and organic, because organic supplements and amplifies the paid traffic. That's basically what you understand in this video. Like if I had to do this thing all over again, this is exactly what I would do. And if you're an agency owner right now and you're like, hey, I don't know how to build a webinar funnel. I don't have a good book call funnel. we do. I want you to click the link in the description, book a call with us. We've done this with tons of agency owners, getting them good cost for calls, good cost for qualified calls, good show rates, and really systemizing that offer that you need to go at scale with one niche, one offer. So click the button in the description below. It's a Calendly link. Speak to myself or one of my senior advisors, and we'll be happy to accommodate you. But until then, thank you for watching today's video, and I appreciate you guys a ton. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.